Here we are back again from the deep. We're splashing in deep waters, baby. It was a crazy week of football. We're here with the boys. Gonna do a quick one today. I think Coach Lowe is gonna hop on. He's wrapping up practice here in a little bit. They still got him handling the jug machines and shit, making sure he puts everything back in the shed. And I know, I know he hates that right now. But we're here with the boys. We got Sir Michael Clark. We got TJ in the house, man. We got the geniuses everywhere. The stat wizard Eric Wheeler. We're gonna go get crazy after it. Talk about some wild college football first. Switch it up. I feel like that was way more relevant this weekend than the NFL, which I love the back and forth with that. But before that, we're gonna have fun like we always do. Random questions. We're gonna keep the ball rolling with these. I like this one a lot. I think if you want to broaden it out, and I like that TJ asked earlier, do we do college? Do we do NFL? I don't care if we do the USFL. If you find something cool with a helmet, bro, let me know. The coolest helmet, boys. Who wants to go first? Some of the coolest helmet designs you know.
I'll
I'll
start
say
us
I'll go
off.
No,
first.
look at it. No, I'm looking good.
I'm always the
Whoa.
first one. I'm always the first one.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Lead us
Okay,
off.
so I went straight to college. I went to three. And I'm not gonna pick one because I love all three. San Diego State, the Aztec, red and black. The only thing I wish they had a black one too. Like I wish they had a reverse with like the black Aztec and then a red stripe because that would look
hmm
so sick because they got all black uniforms. And then I thought of Eastern Carolina's chrome purple with the pirate flag on it, or just the pirate. Actually, I think that's
hmm
hard. And then the last one I had was the Ole Miss, the waterway one that has like the blue water in the helmet. That looks like I think Realtree made it actually. I think it's like
Mm.
Ole Miss Realtree or something like that.
Oh
Those are
yeah.
the three I thought of. Those are the first three that came to mind for me.
Maybe we have Clark help us pop them up once in a while too.
Yeah, I'm
That's all.
doing
I
that
like
right
that.
now.
I like those a lot, actually. I do. These are tough, man. Honestly, I think I had more tougher time with this with uniforms. I feel like uniforms are
Yeah.
kind of like you sell yourself to it. Helmet seems a little bit more broad than what we usually think of. I love the Ole Miss shit though. TJ, I'll point you out next while Clark's looking stuff up. You got any ones that came out to you? I like doing the list of three for college because I feel like college you're definitely gonna get more spice than you do with the NFL.
Yeah, so I'm gonna stand up for the classics. I think as far as my favorite helmets go, college football, I when I think of college football, I think of USC's helmet with the tiny yellow Trojan. I think of Georgia, the Georgia G with the white face mask, and Nebraska. Simple white. They've had the same helmets in all the footage I watched of them from the 80s and 90s. Same helmet. So I'm a big fan of the classics and the simple stuff. And as far as the NFL goes, same thing. I like the Saints. I like the Raiders, man.
Ooh,
I love some high gloss Saints with the
Ooh,
fleur de
yeah.
lis on the
Yeah.
side.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the good stuff, man. And the Raiders is just a classic design, man.
I love the Saints new one too, but I will disrespect your one. I can't stand the Netflix helmet, brother. I can't go buy that one. I can't.
Oh,
It
the
does kind of look like the
Nebraska.
Netflix
Yeah,
logo,
I
doesn't it?
can't do. There's something about it now. Yeah, I can't do it, bro.
It does. It does. Now that
like,
you say that,
like it's kind of like when the Eagles wear their Kellys and like it looks like the Hulu like selling the
Yeah.
TVs. You know what I'm
Yeah.
yeah,
saying? Like I can't do the Netflix. I do like the tradition though. I do that. The Raiders. I like the old Raiders one too with the white in the middle with the set
yeah.
like the real classic. They haven't changed it much, but yeah, dude, especially when you do like the chrome face mask, like
Oh yeah,
that's
that one's right here. Oh, trying to get a
I
better
see that.
big
Yeah,
picture. Yeah,
that's nice right there. Like that's what
that's
I'm
sick.
thinking of, especially like when they had the brighter numbers with it, you
Hmm.
know.
Hmm.
Oh, that's really crispy. I like that. You know, these are some good ass picks, dude. They really are. Especially that. Oh man, anything. I'm so that Ole Miss one. Like I'm colorblind, but like there's certain colors that I can really like spot out. And I don't know what it is about Ole Miss with them baby blues, bro. I'm like, damn. Like this is what people look at when like I'm like, what is? I'm thinking to myself, how crazy are Oregon's uniforms if people talk about them like they do? I'm like, they're like, damn, their uniforms are bright today. I'm like, all right, is it sunny outside?
Yeah.
Oh man, Clark, man, what helmets you got cooking up? If
There's
we're
only
doing,
one,
oh
baby.
yes,
There's only one. It's got gold, baby.
it's got real
There's
gold in
nothing
it.
better.
Nothing.
There's nothing better on
Okay,
earth.
let me ask you this then. This will be better. What are
Okay.
your favorite alternate Notre Dame ones? I really like the chrome four-leaf clover they had the one year for the Shamrock series.
Yes, there's some really good
Oh
ones.
yeah, oh yeah. I like the dark ones too. Sierra Wood right there.
Yes.
Is that one real? That second one?
I don't know.
It
I don't.
should be. That's fire.
That is pretty hard though. I do like the gold with the regular Shamrock. That was nice that year.
Yeah, that was cool. So this,
Or
I
the
don't
half
think
and
this is.
halves. The half and
I
halves
don't
down
think
there.
this is real. But if this was real, that'd be sick as fuck.
Do a blackout, Notre Dame blackout.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be hard. I like the ones in the bottom left. You see it right there with the split helmet, half gold, half. I
Oh
miss,
yeah.
I miss when they did those more often. Those were
Ooh
nice.
yeah. Just
Big
as
fan.
bad as we assume. Fuck you, Yahoo Sports. The fuck do you know, Nam? Why? Who? Yeah, that
The
fucking
worst, the
explains
worst
it.
Notre Dame one, I think, in my opinion. I don't know. Pull this one up. Do the Notre Dame pinstripe one. I have mixed feelings. I want to see what you guys think about this uniform real quick, and the helmet, of course. But like people are split if they like this or not. So like Ian booked on that. They made it like baseball jerseys.
Yeah, I was just about to say, pinstripes to me always come off as like baseball. Like I think even not that it's pinstripe. Remember that old Pittsburgh uniform that was like the bumblebee? I thought that was
Yeah.
the ugliest
Yeah.
shit
Go
ever.
down to that Ian book picture, Clark, right down there. You
Yeah.
see it?
Oh, whoa, whoa! I ain't trying to buy this.
But like,
See if I
okay,
can.
so like at least like they're paying homage to the Yankees are really close with Notre Dame, so they
Yeah,
played it there. I don't know. I feel iffy about it. I feel iffy about it.
those aren't too bad.
No,
I mean,
that's classy.
they don't look like Notre Dame, but they look classy.
I mean,
That's
if you're wearing
classy.
it once, I feel like that's always better too. Than like it's not going to be on a
Yeah.
throwback in 50 years. You know what I mean? Like they wore it one
All
time for
right.
that one special game, and
So I have a little bit of a list here. First one is the old school Washington Redskins helmet that was like maroon with just the spear on it. That one. This one's probably one of my favorite helmets for
oh,
sure.
that logo's the same as Florida State. That looks just like Florida State.
Yeah, that to me is just that's about that's classic crispy right there. Also, the Redskins, I do like the OG with the R in the middle. I do. Of course, we did Notre Dame. I'm not actually gonna do. I know I dog them, but I'm gonna do the Philadelphia Eagles throwback helmets with the big wings on it. Like I want not the nasty one that looked like Michigan, but yeah, like the real Kelly Green big wings on it. That to me, that I like anything with like kind of like a ram or a wing. I think it's just kind of
Yeah.
easy to do, like any type of ram helmet. Um, I do like that a lot.
Those are clean.
Oh, so fucking oh, that's so beautiful. And then the other one I had for classics, where it was random. Where are you? I just had it. I just had it. All right, do the Cowboys throwback with the red, white, and blue. You know what? I don't like the Cowbots that much. That's what he put in. I'm joking. But like, oh yeah, right there with Dak.
There you go, bottom left, Dak. Yep.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
The Cowbots.
That to me right there, that just screams a goddamn cold beer. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like that's about as good as it gets, man. I fucking love that shit, man.
Man,
Anybody else got
that shit look like a can of shaving cream, man. Get these fucking Cowboys out of here, man. Come on, man. Fuck Jerry Jones, man.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. What was that ugly ass helmet you picked?
Nebraska.
Nebraska.
Netflix U. Oh shit.
But that's funny as fuck. Sorry, I'm trying to make me buy a Boston fucking Celtics shirt to go to Boston in. I'm not fucking doing that, dude. Screw that. I hate the fucking Celtics. All right, let's. Hey, big fan, Larry, bro. Let's pass it down. Let's fucking get moving a little bit. That was fun. I love random helmets, bro. Can't help it. Worst helmet. You guys got like a bad helmet, like in your brain?
Ooh. Let's see if I can look at it.
I say the Eagles throwback when they tried doing that shit was disgusting. Was it like yellow and blue or whatever?
Oh, dude, who was it? The Giants that wore that leather one? Oh my god, that was awful.
I hate a shitty version of that, man. Illinois kills it. I like their helmet for that.
Yeah.
That looks hard, but like any of the other shitty ones, that's a good one. Any replica of a helmet sucks.
Yeah.
Like that sucks. I'm trying to think of another shitty helmet. I don't like when the Browns fuck around with theirs, like after a while. Like if you just keep it the way it is, you're like one shade away or one design away of looking like a goddamn dirty toilet paper. Like you just wiped your ass. I don't know. Something about the white ones. I know people like the white.
No, leave that Browns helmet alone, man. Like it should be the classic, and we should have the white face mask.
White face mask.
It's been the same forever. I'm like, that is such a clean look. Just leave that shit be, man. We don't need alternates. The team's literally named after an ancient fucking head coach. Leave it alone, man.
The only thing I wish the Browns would add, because I really don't mind their uniforms. Like I like them actually. I really wish they just add an orange, and it's not a helmet, but I wish they'd add an orange jersey and have like an orange alternate uniform, because I think that would look so fucking sick.
Or utilize the like everyone does a black jersey sooner or later, right?
Yeah.
Black and orange, that would look so like.
Oh my god, I couldn't.
Or they could get a new brown one called dog shit brown.
Maybe like kind of like reddish, like some real fucking. No, honestly, the Browns need definitely the white. That looks good. You gotta keep that. I'm trying to think of anybody else has who else has like a really classic one in the NFL. It's not like Green Bay. That like doesn't change much, because literally the Browns are their logo. I feel like the Steelers are kind of boring. That's kind of boring. What is the Steeler thing, by the way? Anybody know that before we move forward? Trick question.
It's something.
Trivia?
It's has to do with steel, right? It's it has to do something with metal. Hold on. I fucking know this. I can't remember.
I thought you were gonna get it. That's all you had.
I do. I fucking have read about it. I can't remember exactly.
The worst part about that is Eric seeing that from a point. I'm a dumbass. I'm like, no shit. Like I'm thinking it like in a bottle. I'm like, damn. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's yellow for coal, red for iron ore, and blue for steel scrap.
Oh, that's sweet. I always forget that little bit of blue in them. I hope they never utilize that. That's gonna look so.
That is actually weird. They do have blue in the logo, and they've never used that in the jerseys. Yeah, I knew it was something weird with fucking metal and shit.
Hey, speaking of fucking blue jerseys out there, bro, UCLA looked fucking crispy. Let's get out of some college football talk real quick, because I feel like there's some electricity. Also, some takes everyone can have. Earlier in the year, we kind of have to tiptoe over our takes. I love when like Eric sometimes will be like, you know what, maybe that's a take for later because we don't know enough. Well, we found out a shit ton of stuff this past weekend, boys. Honestly, a little too fast. Like I thought, like some of the answers and questions we thought we were gonna get maybe in November happened pretty quickly this weekend. I'll start off right away with the Penn State UCLA. UCLA, you talk about like a nice helmet and combo. Probably one of the crispiest in the game. Like, let's be real there. But man, nobody in the stands. They're shouting out that woman that passed away. I saw Joel Klatt talk about that. I thought that was pretty cool. I kind of looked into that. And then just fucking not only just gave it to Penn State, they did it like Boise State style. We're going to score right away. We're going to hit the onside. Like the way underdogs win fucking football games, they did it. What are your guys', you can be long-winded too, because this means a lot. Franklin went down hard. And I will say, brave guy, tweeted out today, let's go 1-0 this week. Literally bravest tweet I've ever seen in mankind, bro. That was very brave of him to do, bro. I saw one of the comments was I tore my ACL to go to the comment section. Oh my god. But what do you guys I'll start with that game. Any thoughts?
Death tax as an interim head coach is winning their first football game. I don't know why it's so strong in the NFL too, dude, just because. And that coach is actually dope because he used to play quarterback for them, right? And he's only like 33 or something like that. He just got promoted to OC like a week ago, and that's who I think I want to put the spotlight on this game. Is that coach was an OC for a week and has as many top 10 wins as James Franklin does in his career.
They said he didn't know how to use the headset.
No, he didn't know how to. Yeah, he just like I never really have done it. That shit had me laughing so hard.
Bro, that kid played Madden and was ready for this.
100%.
He was one of us with all the shit we do. That was Ball Knowledge group chat made it to the fucking front lines, and we got it.
Bro, Neuheisel's dad is a presenter for like CBS Sports. Like, were you guys hip to that?
Yep.
Because like as UCLA was winning the game, he was like standing over the table, like yelling in glory and crying, like talking about like how proud he is to watch his son do what he loves. Like that was so fucking awesome. And like I don't care what school it is, I love the new coach bounce, man. When like UCLA fucking back against the wall, you ain't got shit to lose. Like grab your nuts and be a fucking man and let's try to win this game. And they did. I think if you're a Penn State fan, how are you not rioting with pitchforks and torches like trying to get Franklin fired, man. Like this fucking guy, like just the balls on this dude. Like the clock management before halftime about like he wanted to, oh, we're gonna score with like 5 seconds left. So they winded down the fucking clock and then didn't end up scoring. I'm like, dude, like this fucking guy. I understand like coming off of the Oregon loss is like a big deal, but UCLA has been terrible. You know, they should have shit canned UCLA. And I think like a lot of other coaches would have won that game easily.
Dude, so I love that you bring up the Franklin thing. I'll throw in my 2 cents real quick of what I think Penn State's going through is it's kind of like what Notre Dame goes through, where, I love we always bring up the analogy of having like a shitty girlfriend or a shitty wife. Like we talk about that with the Browns and stuff. Some of these programs are so scared of how fast it could tank for them that they're willing to deal with the toxicity of whatever their coach puts them through because they understand that they're going to get their 10 wins, they're going to get their chance. Even though this roster should have fucking smashed them. And UCLA, what, their first time leading in a game was during that game in the beginning?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
all season. I haven't even led at all. So yeah, that's all fucking crazy. But also, like Penn State fans, like, who are you gonna take? You've seen the bottom. You've been there pretty quick after you got the death sentence from the NCAA. So it's like, it's just a sad, sad thing. But you see this. I compared it to Notre Dame losing against Marshall after they had the close game against Ohio State week 1. Because it's really like that. Like you build up for this big win, and then you have to go cross country. Like you go all the way to goddamn Cali right after that, leaving little PA in your tiny little airport, and probably can't even fly out of that airport. You gotta go somewhere else to go fly type shit. So like crazy. Hey, Drew Aller's ass, right? Did you guys see his interview afterwards?
Yeah, the guy asked him, he's like, "What do you think this does for you? Do you think your guys' playoff aspirations? Like, do you guys still have playoff aspirations?" Aller looks at him, he's like, "What do you think?" And the guy goes, "Yeah," and he goes, "It's like that. This team is so fucking. They're all-time vibes low.
Yeah.
They are stunned, dude. That's all it is. Like I don't even know what you do. I think once we have, it'll be fun in a couple of weeks because I don't know if they will fire him, but it'll be fun in a couple of weeks. We can start talking about potential coaches to take that job because that is a huge, huge fucking job. Like you can recruit there. They got the NIL money. They're in the Big Ten. Like it's. Say what you want about Franklin, but he does have like a tendency to make guys NFL ready, especially on the defensive side. So I think it's probably a couple, like I said, it's probably a conversation for later, but like to have a conversation about like who the fun coaching replacements are there.
Well, I'm so glad Notre Dame paid Freeman last year because if we were doing like what happened last year with a job like that open with his Big Ten shit, oh my God, I would fucking, and then we get Franklin. That's what would happen. That'd be awesome. Get Mr. Potato Head himself. That motherfucker,
Like,
bro. I can't stand how he talks either.
they just have all the resources in the world. They have everything you need for a perfect job. And it's like, they wanted a top DC. They paid Jim Knowles like an exorbitant amount of money. So like it's not like it's not something that they're gonna stick with like for a long time. Like you guys better shit or get off the pot because we're dumping millions and millions of dollars into this fucking team.
Do you think that's so? My question: do you think it's going to be harder for guys to get fired because of how much they need to hold on to each million? It's not as easy as the old days where you could pay off their contract and not worry about paying your players. And some guys might hold on to their jobs a little bit longer because of that.
I think it could be. I don't know a school as big as Penn State if they'd have a real problem with buyouts, but maybe like a more like mid-high level school. Like I'm trying
Like
to think
Florida,
of it.
like Florida if they fired a head coach.
Yeah, I mean something like that. Like I mean Florida for where they're at right now, if the buyout's $6 million, like that might be a real inconvenience for the program, because that's a big difference. Like what did Lane Kiffin say against in his press conference last week? He was like, what, $1.5 million gets us one of their starting corners?
Yeah.
Like, and if you break it down like that, for a team like Florida, buying out a coach is a motherfucker. And I know we'll get to them here in a little bit, but that was, I'm sure, something they considered like early on when you start dumping games.
Mm-hmm.
And Napier's been like dragged over the fire.
Mm-hmm.
His buyout's $50 million
Oh shit!
because he has a contract through 2031.
Oh fuck!
Who signed that contract that long, bro? Like what the fuck? Like, I thought he was on the hot seat the moment he joined there. Let alone fucking That's wild, bro. And like you gotta think, some of these guys cost a lot of money. If you want to pay up that $10 million for a kid, you can't have a $50 million overhead that's already coming out every single week. And
Yeah.
you're not guaranteed to have that much success sometimes. That's why I
He's
think
like,
some guys will hold on to their shit.
he signed a 10-year, $85 million contract in 2021.
Shoo.
Well, speaking of that, man, Florida, we kind of said it on the pod, and I said like upset alert. You guys nodded. I think anybody that's a good football guy, you're not a genius for that. Like it just, a lot of people called it. A lot of the experts called it. Just because the Swamp's a tough place and Texas is just, I mean, when you look only good against Sam Houston sometimes, that's not a good way to start when you're going into SEC play and heavy SEC play. And Florida's hungry as hell, and they're a good program, you know, and they look like shit, and it's an embarrassment. And I'm pretty sure, like, I feel like a lot of teams, you know, everyone always says who's going to be the Indiana. I think most teams are trying to avoid being the Florida State, like from last year. Like you don't want that fall off. Like, and you know, and I think they came hungry. And I say what you want about Arch. You guys can run with it with whatever you took away from it. But I will say this: I called it earlier in the pod. I called it last year, and I keep saying it. It's not against Texas. I love the Longhorn brand. I know what it's all about. I think it's badass. I always want college football is good if Texas is good, right? But bro, Texas, like you act like you really like molded your spot back in place. The last 20 years, you've kind of been damn near irrelevant in a lot of aspects. Not since Mike, you know, since Vince Young, and what, that's 20 or 17 years ago or so, you know, like that's a long time. So it's like you haven't done anything. And the same thing with Michigan in my brain sometimes. I'm like, when you think of like teams like the Georgias, the Alabamas, the Ohio States, and I'll even say it winning percentage wise, the Notre Dames, you know, like you see these teams that just don't go anywhere, that stick around always. And Texas never really did that. And also, does Quentin Ewers get a little bit more of a break from what he was doing last year?
That was gonna
Yeah.
be my point. That was gonna be my point was
Yeah.
that everyone talked about how bad Quinn was for so much longer last year. And they're like, just put in Arch, put in Arch. And now you're seeing like, hey, if he's not ready this year, bro, you think he would have been ready to play in a game last year? Like a serious game? Like he played a couple like spot starts last year, but it was against, I think the best game he had against Missouri State was the best team he played. And it's just I'm glad that I hope Arch figures out. I think he will, just because I think Texas is going to surround him with talent again. Hopefully, at a year starting does good for him. But like, I'm so glad that all offseason I was like the hater of it. That was just like, hey guys, like maybe we should see him play some big time fucking football before we anoint a dude as a Heisman, the #1 pick. And now that I was right, because Cade Klubnik looks like shit too. But but it just shows you like, and what do we say too? Like at this time last year, I guess 2 years ago now, the #1 quarterbacks were Quinn Ewers and Carson Beck. You know what I mean? And then you just see what changes over the course of the season. And now, like, same with Drew Aller. Everyone just thought he'd figure it out, and he hasn't. And it's just so him and Art, guys like him and like Arch are just gonna stay again.
Yeah, and like you know, everyone's talking about you bring back your starters or that development. It's like development's there if you see it there ahead of time, kind of thing. Like even like say Will Howard, right? Like Kansas State, he was kind of a dog, but he had a lot of hiccups and different things. He was raw. Ryan Leonard was the same thing at Duke. Like they were very raw, but they were good. But you could see that actual part of like if their development's there. Like if they don't do this one thing, watch them fucking flourish, kind of thing. Some of these guys, like especially Drew Aller, it's like, well, what is the one thing I'm supposed to hold on to again? That like is believed that's supposed to tell me he's going to develop. Like if he's developing everything? What the fuck does that even mean if he's developing everything? He has to have something. Does he have a cannon? No. Does he read it really fast? No. Is he fast? I mean, he can run. Like, what is that? Like, I don't understand that. Anyways, I digress with that type of shit.
Well, I
But
agree, man. Like, I just real quick, like a lot of people, and I might have said this before, but I harp on it all the time talking ball. Like, development is not like a given. Like I hear people say that a lot, like with Lenora Sellers, like, oh, Sellers is developing through the offseason, you know, he's going to be a top quarterback next year. And it's like, that's a lot of days of work and a lot of film study and a lot of weight room and a lot of 7-on-7 and a lot of full contact practice. Like that's day in and day out for a calendar year, minimized into just a tiny statement like, oh yeah, he'll just develop. Like it's no problem. You know, like holy shit, dude, like these guys really, really got to work for that. And I'm not saying the guys that don't pan out don't work towards it, but the end product is not like you can't just assume the end product is going to be there because there's a lot that goes into it.
Because it's not like a linear thing, you know, like development is not
No.
a linear thing. So it's not everyone's on that same track like we assume they are time and time again. You know, it's just nothing's linear with these players in college when they're young, in the end, especially in the NFL when they're young. It's not a linear thing. Development's not a linear thing. And some guys it really does just click overnight, man. Like truthfully. And TJ, you brought up South Carolina, so it's real quick. I just wanted to talk to you guys about Sellers because we're gonna know about Sellers. Their next 5 games.
Oh, dude.
LSU, Oklahoma, Bama, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M. That's their next 5 games. So we're gonna find out how we're gonna find out what they got there, man. That's for sure.
And it also has to do with like personalities and teammates. These guys are kids.
Yeah.
You don't know what seniors really helped you. Like, you know, my favorite part is like, oh, they're returning this. They got this transfer. I'm like, well, what if that senior guard that maybe didn't go to the NFL, but he just made the huddle a little bit easier. Maybe he just made the guys calm down a little bit more. You never know that stuff. You know, how many times did we play in high school? I know it's just high school, but you see these guys like, man, I wish that kid had us as seniors, but he's gonna go like he's a good. I mean, he's a baller. He's only a sophomore, but who's going to be with them by the time he gets there, kind of thing. Like, you know, you can have all the talent in the world, but like as you graduate and as you get these guys, there's a lot of turnover with these college teams. That's what makes Drew Aller's even so easy. I feel like everyone's like, why are you picking on Drew Aller? It's like, well, his is like, there's not many linear things like Eric said, but his team pretty much was set in stone to help. There's no one else that's like a roller coaster built for him. Like, it was built for him to fucking just jolt out. I mean, say what you want about Sellers, but like he's still at South Carolina. He has to use the tools that are there available and see if it snaps and works together. He's a good coach, but it's like, I don't know, it's just funny. And in Texas can't run the damn ball. Every good Texas team has a good running back, right? Or a good running back that gets involved in the passing game a lot. The amount of times they swing the ball, or they used to do that all the time. If they don't have that, then if you're expecting Arch to go 20 yards down the field with these big pop plays, like, and he has no time at all either, which is ironic. I love seeing these giant O linemen with these stats. They're like, look how big they are, and then boom, like one blitz, he's getting fucking put on his ass. Like, and he's a young kid and he's starting. Also, I'm a Manning fan, baby. Every Manning loses a bunch. I want everyone to know that every Manning loses a bunch, throws picks, gets sacked a bunch, and gets rattled all the time until one day, boom, they show you why
Yeah.
they're a Manning and they fucking ball the fuck out. So, I mean, it's just, to me, it's part of the script.
Well, it's a whole team loss for Texas, man. Like I messaged the group chat and I was like, man, Florida's rush is getting home. Like they're dropping Archback 5-step, 7-step drops, these long reads down the field, and Florida's edge players were getting home, man.
Florida's big too. They're fast, bro, and they're bad. Those SEC teams, man, just big and fast. It's always
Built
wild to
different.
watch games. Yeah, you watch games all day, then you see a game like that, and you're like, God damn, bro.
Yeah.
And everyone's calling this team mid. It's like, I just think they ain't
Yeah.
coached right. Maybe they
Could
just
you
don't get
imagine
along.
competing against that? Could you
Dude,
really imagine going on the field and having to play against those boys?
just hearing them
No
breathe, just
thanks.
hearing them run, and it sounds like a stampede would scare the fuck
Oh
out of me.
yeah, goddamn Clydesdale.
Like you imagine like having the
Fuck.
ball and you're a little ass dude, but you're quick and you get a little swing pass. You make the first cut. You got 15 yards, but you just hear behind you. Fuck that. Well, you heard footsteps. Damn right I did, bro. I got 2 ears. I've actually said that before. I've dropped a few balls. Footsteps. I'm like, I heard you. Oh god. Okay, let's switch over to some of our shit real quick. Keep pushing. Keep pushing. OSU Minnesota. I only watched like the first half because by then I was 2 sheets to the. I was fucking gone, boys. I actually had to delete a message. I was gonna send a very unnecessary, angry message about how annoyed I am of watching Ohio State just dominate football. Like I was like gonna be so disrespectful, so uncalled for, but I had no reason to do that. It was a drunk thing. But what'd you guys take away from that? Just in the fact that you guys are getting in the groove, and you know, Sayings is the real deal, and you guys got a lot cooking.
I'll go first because I don't have a ton to say about it. It was exactly what I wanted that performance to be. It just everything clicking. We're running the ball, completing passes, defense played really well. It was a quality win against like a lower end Big Ten opponent. So that's really all I got on that. I mean, everybody did exactly what they should have done, clocked in and did their job.
Yeah, I'll agree with everything you just said, TJ. I will say I don't know what game it's going to be, but I'm ready to see. They got Illinois this week, so that's a fun game. I'm ready to see this Ohio State defense get tested by what we call like an elite offense. And honestly, outside of Michigan, you're not going to play a good or definitely not an elite one unless you make the Big Ten championship to see Oregon. So I'm real this defense, like they've given up 25 points this season, I think only. They haven't given up a red zone touchdown at all, I don't think. Like this defense is just balling. It's just crazy because you thought like the defense has stepped it up from last year, at least to this point, which is crazy because we really pride ourselves on defense last year. But I mean, I'm not going to take too much away from it because it's Minnesota. But like TJ said, I'm just glad they handled it the way you expect them to handle it. Like that's just what they did. They just shut them down and just like smothered them the whole time.
That defense might be an all-time great just because it makes the schedule and the talent and how they just work together. It's like, and also, yeah, you might not see a great offense maybe even until the playoff or the Big Ten championship game, definitely. But you guys are going to be pretty healthy, I think. Like when you don't go through a lot of those games, you end up being pretty healthy. And if everyone knows the healthier you are by the time the playoffs hits, your chances get higher and higher no matter who you are. And I think Ohio State has a chance to be pretty fucking healthy, knock on wood, or not. Or not. I don't wish
Well,
anything on anybody, but
well, just real quick for the Ohio State haters, and I know Jack and Mike, you might sit on that side of the fence.
I am
You
a
do.
vivid appreciator.
Yeah, okay. Well, I just wanted to say like a lot of people are saying like, oh, the defense is really good, but who have they played? And no matter who you play, to be through 5 games with your opponents averaging 4.75 points a game or whatever is absolutely remarkable. You know, like that's a massive thing for any team in the country. I don't care if they played Grambling or whatever. You know, that's gigantic.
I mean, 'cause at the end of the day, these are D1 athletes. We always try to bring this up on the pod, especially the last couple of years. Like, bro, like some of these guys disrespect these guys. I'm like, bro, there's dudes on some of these teams that we would look up to, like big time. Like they're
Oh
ballers,
yeah.
you know, they're D1 ballers. I mean, we talked up OU all last year when they made their run. Like that team was legit for it's a MAC school, but like, bro, how many MAC school guys you know? Only a few, and you think it's cool, don't you? You know what I'm saying? Like it's like one of those things. It's people don't think about that enough. They just don't. And that's why I think it's wild. That's why I got mad about the OSU game because I'm like, these are fucking Big Ten players. I know it's just Minnesota, but why they just cast a spell over teams, bro? And they get so scared by that scarlet and gray. But that's how it works, right? You run your conference, people don't want to play, and they probably don't even play their best game. Speaking of people want to play their best game, man, they really tried promoting the Boise State Notre Dame game. Like Boise State was like, we're not gonna look into the tradition. They even brought the team there a couple days early so they could walk around campus and walk around the field to soak it up, so they're not like at all when they play. Once I saw that, I was like, oh, we're gonna fuck these kids up, bro. No offense. Even though Boise State's quarterback has the coolest name I've ever seen, ever. Was it like Maddox, whatever?
Madison, I think his name is, right?
That kid's and he was balling out in his own right. Sloppiest game I've ever seen though. I'll get Clark's point of view, but the refs were all over the field. They made themselves known throughout the whole fucking game on both sides. Bad calls for Boise, bad calls for ND, all fucking through the game. It was absolutely absurd. But we kind of same thing as you guys. Pretty much exact kind of same game as you guys had. Like we just handled it. We didn't really let them breathe. If they want to celebrate their one drive they scored on, cool. Like you scored, that's fine. The defense is starting to kick up, which feels really good. I was a little worried because Boise State was a top 10 offense yard wise in the country, regardless of who they play. Right, it's kind of reverse story there, right? But like we handled it well. We had some guys come back. The freshmen are really starting to get a hang of it. We said that last week. And bro, just honestly, just that run game is just so vicious. And I'm really loving CJ Carr really get comfortable. You could tell they let him do this. I thought I said that just with the Arkansas game, but like this one, he didn't feel like a robot at all. He did what he wanted to do. I like some of the ballsy fourth down calls. They were kind of pissed me off in the moment, but like, man, they were letting the kid slang. Like, and he had it. Like some of the passes he missed were just right there, and it's like, oh, that development conversation. I'm very blessed to say I think we have an actual quarterback that's part of that development. I think he's going to develop. I think he's going to get more and more comfortable. I think he's going to be stronger and stronger throughout the year, which is going to be really good. This was one of those weird games we had circled because what type of Notre Dame loss? Like this is such a Notre Dame loss type of game when I got ready for it. Boise State. Like, of course, like Notre Dame's done like there's playoff team from last year, regardless of who's on the team or not. I'm very glad we didn't play them when they had Genty. Jesus Christ, bro. Our front seven's so small. Like, we would have been fucking smashed. I tweeted out, where's the big guys? Where's the Irish chocolates? Where's the Stephon Tuitt's? Like, when the fuck? That's what we lost with Brian Kelly. I will say that. I love Freeman to death, and he knows how to get the best fucking DBs and linebackers you can find. But that boy, I don't know what it is. He did not know how to find a D lineman or his scheme. He just likes having fast players. I get it. But what happened last year against Georgia and stuff's an anomaly. That's not going to happen all the time for us if we get deep in the playoffs with some of these big old linemen. Clark, man, you watched some of the game, man. How'd you feel? And Price, he's a dog. I want him to get a little more touches.
Yeah, I only got to really watch most of the first quarter because went out hunting or whatever. But like, even it was funny because my dad said the same thing that we were talking about, how Love is a better playmaker, but watching Price run the ball is fucking awesome. Like, he's great. I was glad to see. Like I said, I only got to watch the first. It was only 6-0, so I was a little worried. I was like, wasn't looking great, but I'm glad to see the defense finally stepped up. Like, Leonard Moore had 2 picks, which is always fucking great to see. We had 2 more after that. And like,
Yep.
it was just the team's trending in the right direction, and the dominoes are kind of falling in the right place for us to move up and make a playoff push now. So long as the boys handle their business, uh, even if we make the playoffs this year and get an early exit, I'd be happy with it. Obviously, the goal is always the national championship, but it would be very good, I think, for Carr's development to even get in a game like that, right? To see him play in a playoff atmosphere. I'm sure we're not going to be a very high rank if we get in the playoffs. We're probably going to pull a fucking tough game on the road our first game. So I'm interested to see how CJ Carr plays in that atmosphere. And I'm just happy. I really would love Bryce. I don't know if he's going to stay. I've heard rumors that he kind of wants to, but I know he's had some injury problems in the past. But I'd love to have a full year of Bryce playing running back, being the fucking bell cow, and see what he puts up yard wise. But Love is finally like playing like that Heisman candidate running back we were hoping for, and yeah, team's looking good. It's very hopeful. Unlike my other NFL team, so
We'll get to that here right next, actually, after this. I will say this, too, that I'm excited to have a guy that just like I can trust CJ Carr no matter what happens. We're not like
yeah,
one injury away like we usually are. And then like same thing with the running backs. Like Love went down for a second, but I think he just fell awkwardly. I mean, I'm surprised he's not down more often in a way because that guy's
plays reckless.
getting
Yeah,
reckless, bro. I'm telling you, that fucking little documentary about him makes a lot of sense, dude. It really does now because I'm like, this dude, when he says he doesn't have emotion, he does not. He doesn't care. And that big touchdown by Price makes everything look crazy. Shout out Price. I think he's still the only player in the FBS to have a kick return touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a rushing touchdown and throughout the season, and like he's showing himself all over. I do think Freeman. People are saying Freeman are giving him a lot more like love, no pun intended, because they want him to have a lot of emphasis in coming back next year. Like
yeah,
I think everyone knew he was good, but I don't think everyone expected him to be as good as he's been. And he got so much bigger. He put on like 20 pounds of muscle. I don't know. I think we're set really well. In fact, this team kind of reminds me in a weird way, not defensively, but to that OSU team of last year where like we have like a lot of crazy pieces, like the running backs, the O line's banged up, but those trusty pieces, if they can stay around while other teams get banged up and other teams get weird, I do like our chances, and I do like our chances of being up there as like an 8 seed or so after a while if more teams keep losing, because Notre Dame just looks unbeatable sometimes, but when it matters, right? But thank God Penn State is eating that up for us. We lost 2 big games, and everyone's talking about Penn State can't win a game. I love it. Let the bad press keep pushing on them. You guys got anything else college football related before we move forward? Do we have any big games this weekend?
Yeah, I got them written down for you. So a couple of them aren't huge, but these are just ones I'm interested in. I think you guys will agree. Ohio State, Illinois at noon's a fun one. Ohio State's favored by 14.5. Bama is at Missouri at noon. Bama's minus 2.5.
Ooh,
Indiana's at Oregon on 3:30 on Saturday, and
ooh.
Oregon's favored by 7.5. Oklahoma at Texas. Texas is favored by 2.5 in this game. I was kind of surprised to see that line. Michigan's at USC at 7:30, and then South Carolina's at LSU at 7:45.
Damn.
USC's minus 2.5. LSU's minus 9.5.
Damn. You guys see any like? So like, does Indiana show themselves against Oregon? Because I feel like it's kind of a setup game for Oregon, even if it's at home.
Yeah, just
That,
because
yeah.
I don't know how good Indiana's defense is. Like, I know they beat up Illinois, but once I saw that Illinois had 7 DBs that left that game hurt, I'm like, oh, that kind of makes sense then why Indiana just turned it the fuck up times 100 on them. Like,
They
if
got
any
the
college
water
football,
boy.
yeah,
The
if any
water boy
college
playing
football
slot
team was
corner.
down to freshmen playing at every corner, every secondary position, you'd probably get carved up by most teams in the Big Ten, honestly. So.
Shit, that's what happened to Notre Dame the first fucking week. That's like everyone's like, oh my god, look at Miami and Texas A&M. It's like, yeah, dude, I'm looking these dudes up right now. Who's coming out in the field? Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on. Last time I heard this kid was on an Instagram post when he got recruited here. Like, I don't know what's going on. That's pretty cool. Some of those guys. I think Texas will bounce back to Oklahoma. They have their number sometimes, in my opinion. That's a rivalry thing, though. Aren't they saying there's like they call it the Chipotle rumor? That the quarterback at Oklahoma told someone at Chipotle last week that he's going to be playing at the game.
I was just about to ask if they put anything about him coming out because I know he's supposed to be out for a month, but it'd be so college football for them to say on Saturday at 9 a.m. that he's starting the game.
Say what you want about Texas, but that defense pretty fucking big, bud. If you ain't ready to go, I think you should sit the fuck down.
Yeah.
But hey,
real quick, Jack, did you know Jordan Faison's brother's committed to Notre Dame, play receiver?
Yep.
I was just looking at our recruits. Yeah, he's a lacrosse guy too. He's not surprised, but
make another Faison, dude. Make it a legendary name. I love that kid.
Yeah,
that kid's so fucking pound for pound best player in college football. I say pound for pound because the guy's like tiny as a motherfucker.
Yeah.
He really is. Any other of those games I was thinking of? LSU's gonna struggle, I think, at South Carolina. I think they'll struggle against any good team now moving forward. And did they say they were resting? Was that last week they rested their quarterback because that Nussberger, whatever the fuck, what's that kid's name?
Nussmeier.
Yeah,
Nussmeier. They like rested him. Who rests in the middle of what is that?
He's got like a lingering injury that he deals with constantly. Like I forget specifically what it is. It's like something with his patella or like something weird. He's got like an odd like lingering problem they can't really either they can't fix or it'd be a really like invasive surgery to fix it. I remember hearing about it this week.
No, I've seen a lot of people say his zip's not like his zip compared to last year is so different because of that. Because I think whatever injury he has that TJ's talking about, I think it happened like towards the end of the year last year and he played through it. So I'm kind of surprised if it's been lingering that long, like especially a guy like him who had a lot of love going into the season. But yeah, I've seen a lot of people say that injury is pretty bad.
Well, it sucks, man. Like I mean, a lot of guys go through that where, I mean, especially with shoulders, you go to your surgeon and they're like, yeah, I could fix it, but you ain't going to wipe your ass for 6 months and we got the draft in April, like, so what do you want to do? So I feel for Nuss, but before we move on to NFL, I just wanted to say that, I'm super excited to see Mendoza play against a real defense.
Yeah.
And if he plays really well, I don't even think Indiana has to win, but if he plays a great game, you're going to see the Mendoza first overall pick like hype chatter. Yeah, that's going to go insane. If he goes for 3 tutties, 280 and like a 70% completion percentage, like they're going to say, "Damn, man, Mendoza's next up. He's the guy."
And if Dante Moore wins it in a shootout, he's going to be the guy. You know what I mean? That's how it's going to go. Even though like wins aren't quarterback stats in college. You know what I mean? Because good quarterbacks come from all over. But that's exactly how it's going to be. It's like whoever wins this game, say Indiana pulled off the win and Mendoza had 4 touchdowns, he'd be the Heisman favorite on Sunday morning. If Dante Moore goes for 5 and they win by 3 touchdowns or they barely beat him, Dante Moore will be the Heisman favorite Sunday morning. You know what I mean?
I just don't. It's just those Big Ten games. My brain will never think of a Big Ten game like that of that caliber ever going more than, 24-17, 17-21. Like, you know what I mean? 10-17 going in the fourth. Like very like Oregon, Penn State. Like that's just in my brain. When you talk about Big Ten football, you don't see those often. But with Oregon and Indiana, it's the rare case you might see it. Actually, in a weird way, I kind of want Indiana to pull that out because I don't know. It's another big loss with Oregon or one loss for Oregon, but also it's like I think Indiana's paid their dues to get that one. even if it don't matter, even if like maybe they lose later, or maybe they don't win the Big Ten, or maybe whatever. I just think they're owed one, and Oregon's kind of on their high horse, but Oregon might be one of the best teams in the country. Who knows? Let's go and shout Irish. I was thinking about this, Clark, when you're talking about them with their ranking. Us already being pushed up to 16 is good news. We're
Yeah.
gonna keep going, keep going, keep going. And shout out Joel Klatt because he thinks if we're doing like the AP the way they usually do, he's like if Texas and Penn State are getting kicked out already when they shouldn't have been up that high anyways, then what's stopping them from putting Notre Dame back in the top 10 already? Like really, if we're gonna be weird about it, it doesn't matter till the college football playoff. Like, and I know I'm biased, but to me, Notre Dame's playing like the top 10 team they're ranked as, and if we're gonna use that bias, let's just fucking do it. Fuck them. Fuck it. Give Notre Dame a bye just because. Sell T-shirts. Shout out to here we go. NFL Browns Vikings. I was way too hungover to get up for this. I watched I think part of the second half, and then I watched like highlights of course and stuff. I love some of the memes of like Dylan Gabriel with the phone and he's like talking to them and like what they're saying. Shit makes me laugh, but you know, tough loss. But what do you guys take away from it with Dylan Gabriel's first official start?
Mike, you want to go quick? Because I know you're gonna be hopping off here in a minute.
Yeah. Really, he's been getting a shit ton of flack, and I was up. I went to my brother-in-law's. He did a pig roast. Oh, we watched it together and everything. A bunch of people, and for one, he played a Brian Flores defense, who the Vikings had a great pass defense all season. Corners are really good. One thing and I'm not no quarterback guru or anything. One thing I noticed, I think that's affecting him is I think if you watch him release the ball, he's almost releasing it too far back and high. And I think he's trying to avoid the deflection off the line. And I think that's what's causing him. He sailed quite a few passes. But really, I wasn't super like everyone was like, oh, the fucking Browns blew it. And yeah, they probably should have won that game. One, defense didn't really step up super great. Justin Jefferson had a great game. Myles Garrett disappeared. But Gabriel didn't look too bad. He had 2 touchdown passes. Judkins had a gorgeous touchdown run that got called back, which probably if it wasn't holding on the end there, he probably would have got tackled. But really, I know I kind of said shit about the Browns earlier. I think they played a pretty decent game. I was happy with Dylan Gabriel. Going forward, we know what we need is some better fucking receivers, dog. Isaiah Bond should be our number one guy. Jerry Jeudy fucking blows. Get him off the fucking team. But really, I think this rookie class is going to save Andrew Berry's job because this is the best rookie class I've seen the Browns have since I've been a Browns fan, truthfully. Everyone now, the only rookie who's not on the field consistently is Shador, and like all our rookies, I believe, are leading. Like Sweater's leading in tackles, Fan is receiving yards, like and rushing's obviously Judkins. I would like them to incorporate Dylan Sampson a little bit more, maybe on third down, let him catch some balls out of the backfield. Like there's no reason like the carries Jerome Ford are getting should be going to fucking Samson. They should not be fucking going.
Are they still
Jerome
giving it to
Ford, dude.
Ford?
Yeah, all the fucking
So,
time, dude. It's driving me nuts.
I think the big
Bullshit.
thing too is that Samson coming out of college, a big red flag of his was the pass blocking. Ford's not good at it either, but I think I think half of the Ford snaps are literally just him pass blocking. I know he got a couple carries, so I don't know what that's about because those could be audibles on like a run play, on a pass play. You know what I mean? Because like Jerome Ford's not a good passer, a good pass blocker. I just think they look at him and be like, okay, we either put in the rookie that we know sucks it, or we put in a guy that like is. I don't think Ford's awful. I don't think he's great. I just think he's the most mediocre fucking running back you'll ever find. So I think they're just like, hey, at least we trust him to like get to the right spot, maybe on a chip or like
let him get banged up, I guess.
Let him get murdered, not our rookie, you know?
Yeah.
But Clark, I agreed with a lot of you said about Gabriel. Honestly, I thought it was like a B minus game until the last 2 drives. Because the last 2 drives, really, when you saw him sail that ball, like that one third down he threw it out of bounds, I thought he had Bond open on the sideline right there. That one was sailed. I didn't understand why. They had another one sailed the next drive. But yeah, I mean, offense just stalled out, which isn't fucking shocking for this team. The flags were annoying. The Judd holding one, and then that tackle jumped off sides in that fucking touchdown pass. That pissed me off so bad. It was a Bane. It was Bane, but that is offside. Like that is a false start. That is a fucking false start, and that annoyed me because of course it doesn't get called. And I don't want to bang on the defense because that last drive was bad, but like the Browns had the ball. I think I looked it up, and it was the Browns had 64 yards in the fourth quarter on offense, net yards. 44 of those came in the last drive when, the Vikings are playing prevent fucking defense. So I'm not mad about I didn't come away from this game super pissed. I was happy for Gabriel. It's just because the way I look at your 3rd-round pick, dog, just look like a backup quarterback. I don't need you to look like the savior of a fucking franchise. Look like a backup quarterback. Look like a spot starter. That's all I want from you. Everything we get everything we get from that's icing on the fucking cake. But Judkins, I love him.
Yeah,
there is some plays where I wish he was just a touch bit faster because he doesn't have that great breakaway speed. And I think that's the difference between him and let's say Jonathan Taylor or Nick Chubb. Those guys, when they get a crease like that, you just can't catch them. Judkins is just a little hair slower than that, but thankfully he breaks 4.
He's almost too patient. Last thing I'll say, there's a play in the red zone. I believe it's the first quarter. They ran an outside zone play, and the tackle pulled out. And all he had to do was either go inside the tackle or outside, and he would have been up through to the end zone. And he almost stuttered step and got stuck behind the tackle and kind of got just tackled right there. And I'm like, he just needs to pick a hole and fucking go. And which most of the time he's good at it, but I've noticed is a tendency to be almost too patient to let his blocker do work for him.
It's a rookie thing too, probably. He's probably just trying to figure out what the fuck's going on and get his speed. I like to just get him a lot of carries though. They stack him up now. Might as well. Especially you don't get running backs that young and that healthy, and you can't really worry. If you worry about running backs' health, where are you going to end? You can't worry about it that much.
Especially on a rookie contract.
Yeah, you can't worry about it.
Especially on a rookie contract. Run him into the fucking ground.
Yeah, fucking make him earn his bucks and fucking get after it. And he's fucking showing himself. He really is.
Everybody's a good person until they have a running back on a rookie contract. And they're like, let him die. Let him die. Let the boy have the ball. It's just fucking good. Dude, so I was listening to a Cleveland podcast, and G. Bush, a popular Cleveland sports talking head, was saying that when you see a guy sometimes you can tell that their jersey fits. Does that make sense? When you see Quinshawn in the Browns uniform, everything fits. The helmet looks like it fits. Jersey's perfect fit. You see guys sometimes and they look like they got their dad's shirt on, when they come to the NFL. But Quinshawn looks out the box like an NFL player. He's going to be good for a long time. So I was super happy with that. And getting into my Browns stuff, I was super pissed after the game. And then I kind of let it go. I think some other coaches perhaps could find a way to win that game. One score with the ball with 3 minutes left. I think a lot I think a Dan Campbell would pull that out. So I'll let my Kevin spiel go for another week. He can live another week. But I wasn't super pissed with DG. I agree with Mike. A lot of people are hating on DG, and that's a fucking tough spot to be in, man. When you get like Mike said, a Flores defense that's completely reliant on they'll disguise their coverage twice. They'll come to the line in one coverage, disguise it to another coverage, and then run what they're going to run off the line. That is a remarkable thing to try to deal with for a young quarterback. And I don't know, man. He's serviceable. He needs to be backup quality, and that's exactly what he was. I think with the batted balls, I don't feel like he rolled out as much as he should have, designed rollouts. Because I feel like when we had Baker and he was getting balls knocked down at the line regularly, Kevin was all right, man, we're rolling fucking 10 yards from the sideline and throwing the ball downfield. And it felt like DG was in the pocket a lot. Almost like they were calling plays like Flacco was still the quarterback. So I just think, I think over the weeks we might see that kind of graduate to a more play action rollout type game.
Can I put something up on the screen just real quick? I was talking about, if you watch this play right here, this is one of the plays I noticed he did it. I'll put it at half play.
I was watching the highlights of the game, so I see what you're talking about, actually.
Yeah, so if you watch right here, watch his release point on the ball when he sails this in the end zone. I have it on half playback speed.
Okay.
So let's play action. look how far back and high he lets the ball. He's
Oh
literally
yeah.
letting it
Oh my
go
God.
back up here. And I think that's attributing to him sailing the ball because he's so nervous about bringing his arm forward that the ball batted at the line. And when you watch the rest of the game, the balls where he follows through and lets go up here, like right there's a dot right to Njoku. I noticed it like 3 or 4 times watching him throw that he did that, and it resulted in him sailing the ball high. Like I said, I think Stefanski either needs to do something to fix that, or like TJ said, roll him out and get him out of the pocket where he's not worried about getting the ball deflected.
Hey, that was some fucking beautiful work there, Clark. That was.
Good
That was
shit,
nice.
Mike.
Yeah, that was nice, dude. You can get an
I was
Oscar on
baked
that
as
one.
fuck eating a fucking pork sandwich watching that fucking game at 10:30 in the morning. I was locked in.
You could tell with Gabriel too that he tried to use his legs a couple times. I think he already learned his lesson about the NFL speed. There's
Yeah,
like
oh
that one
yeah.
where he tried to like stiff arm that safety on that run.
Yeah.
I was like, Dylan Gabriel, like, look, I don't even think you're like, I don't know if you're gonna be good enough for me to say this to you, but like, dog, you do not run straight at that motherfucker. You get your ass down. You do not try to stiff arm a fucking NFL safety, especially when you're 5'10", sure. Especially when you're 5'10", man. Like, no, dude, go down. Like I don't even know he's good enough to like want to protect like that, but it's just like you can see there's a couple times where he tried to get out of the pocket or try to get a play where like he's just like, okay, these guys are way fucking faster.
Yeah.
Like, and there's always that wake up call for college quarterbacks coming into the league.
Oh yeah, I love that. You hear the Jerry Jones in his voice there, boys, where he's like, I don't know if I should be concerned if you're good enough yet to protect yourself. But always protect the ball. I don't care if you protect yourself. That's funny. Hey, you know what? Speaking of little quarterbacks that do that, though, man, that's why Brock Purdy's always hurt. You watch Brock Purdy play a game, and you boys probably don't see that too often because you're probably already done with your 1 o'clock game. Brock Purdy will try always to run somebody over. I love it, but now that he's not around, even though we'll talk about the game that got me hyped up, Mac fucking Jones. Mac's not practicing today. He didn't take any snaps. His knee is toast, dude. He's just wobbling around. He has his pads on though, which I think is an aesthetic look. You'll learn that with the Niners. You'll be like, why does he have his pads on? Kyle told him to. Kyle does that with all of them. Like, because we have so many hurt guys, he doesn't want to hear anymore. So if you're kind of hurt right now, put your fucking pads on and go see the fucking training staff with your pads on. Like, you're gonna look like you tried today. I love the TJ's comment about just coaches winning games, man. The Niners won because Kyle Shanahan's still there, still doing his thing with the coaching staff. Niners got a big ass fucking Thursday night dub against the Rams. I will also say, I'll say this first before the technicalities. We own the Rams, baby. I said that before we walked into it. We own the Rams. We always have. SoFi is our fucking stadium. You guys see how many fucking Niners fans were there? They kept
It was
talking
a
about it.
takeover, dude. It was fucking insane.
It was like 66% or something like that of the
Yeah.
tickets sold. Shit was loud. Shit was fucking epic. But I will take this. Like, we're like, dude, like, you can definitely tell why they wanted Mac in the first place. But, like, Mac was just a good steady hand. And I loved his interview afterwards where he's like, I'm the backup quarterback and this is my job. He's like, everyone's like, oh, are you ready to start? He goes, no. And as a Niners guy, I don't even understand how that's even being talked about. Because, like, sure, he had a great game, but Purdy went through like a whole season of averaging 300 yards a game. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So, like, that's the guy we paid. I'm going to ride that out until we can't. But it's cool to see the boys win with the culture we have. We have a lot of young guys, and that like kind of we needed that this year. We spent a lot of when you're a Super Bowl team, you spend a lot of years with weird contracts with random guys you trade for to think this is your year and so forth. And we finally got a team where like even though everyone's hurt, we actually have legitimate backups in place that are actual young guys, 1 year guy, 2 year guys. We never really had that before. We always had vets behind vets behind vets, which sounds great during the playoffs. But when you're talking early in the season like this and everyone's down, I don't want my vets going down either. So you could just definitely tell that there's a culture in place to just stay steady, keep fucking balling out. And to be honest with you, I've said before, as long as Fred Warner ain't hurt, knock on wood, there's a fucking vibe on this team at all times. Some real captain shit. You even see like the offensive lineman perk up when Fred walks by on the sideline. Like sure, we have a lot of new faces and we're not the same team we used to be, but I love the fact that the Super Bowl standard's still there. I was very worried after last year we'd lose that. And rightfully so. Like last year was just a year that was weird. I think what happened to us last year is happening to the Ravens right now really hard. I don't think the Ravens are out forever. I just think the Ravens are out right now because of injuries and play style, and they have all the great players still, just like we did. We had Kittle all year last year. We had a great year last year. We didn't play that well as a team, and we lost a lot of games that we shouldn't have lost and got blown out at times. But to see us win the division like this, I don't really. I know it's gonna be. We kind of have a light schedule from here on. Like Niners have one of the easier schedules in the NFL, which is really good. Um, so honestly, I just want to go one win at a time. But being up on the division like this, and with the losses that happened over the weekend, we lead the NFC right now. Like, you
Hell
know what I'm
yeah.
saying? I can live with that. I'm counting my blessings. And I know it sounds cheesy. I could be like, oh, no, I really am. I'm counting my goddamn blessings right now. This year could have went way different so far. We lost a lot of close games last year that were very similar to that game that was Thursday. And to see us finally hit that switch of like, we're not going to do that. Like, we're just not going to accept it. And Christian McCaffrey, like, we're doing it without running the ball. Like, we're
Yeah.
running the ball a bunch, but we ain't scoring with it. I think that stat's a little overblown, though. It just shows you the complexities of Kyle Shanahan's offense. Like, we don't go by the norm. We don't have to be in the red zone and run to score. Like, that's just not the way the offense is. Like, we will have so many crossing routes that will blend into our run. We'll do RPOs out the fucking ass, even with the quarterback that can't even run. That's how you know you're a genius when, like, some of these, like, they'll show, like, Mac Jones looking like he's going to take off with it and he just hands it over. I'm like, it's crazy. It works because they're so scared about everything else that's going on. So I don't know. I'm very happy about it. The Dolphins should fire McDaniel now. Let him come on down.
Get him back.
Get him back. Let's get the boys, like I said last week. Let's get all the boys in town. I can't remember who we played this week. Clark, can you look that up real quick? Who
Yep.
we played?
One thing I will say while I'm looking at this,
Yeah.
one thing that made me fucking smile was, you talk about Kendrick Bourne coming back home. What a
Yep.
fucking performance from him, dude. He balled the fuck out.
He's a fan favorite too, so you can tell how like that blew up, like all like the fan pages and stuff.
Y'all
guys had Tampa.
Y'all are at Tampa this week. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That'll be a good game. That's going to be a toughie, but it could
Two teams
anything's
that have been
possible.
winning the exact same way all year.
Yeah, really.
Our
Bro.
weaknesses our weaknesses are going to show though. That's not going to be a good one.
Yeah,
I thought the game was really good. And I really like, the 49ers, man. Like, I feel for you. And now, like, knowing you, Jack, like, I almost watch them on your behalf. Like, just, like, to put extra good energy out into the world for the Niners. But, like, the Rams, I just wanted to say I think it's fantastic to see Tutu Atwell, like, get the ball in crunch time. Because I remember when he was coming out of college, they talked about him like he was a paperweight. They're like, this is his body, like his frame is not an NFL frame. Like he's too small. He's too small. He's going to get killed out there. And the fact like Stafford is launching him passes in crunch time when they really need it, like just makes me happy. I always cheer for the underdogs.
It's funny you said that. I don't know if my new phone or whatever was listening. But I saw like a thing pop up about him where really like he was saying that he's so lucky to be with McVay because he wouldn't be able to play like this anywhere else without Stafford or McVay. And like that just shows you like the talent on that side.
Mhm.
And shout out to Matt Stafford, where was it him and Puka are on record for Puka to break the record this year for receiving yards.
Yeah, dude.
And Matt Stafford would be the quarterback of all three guys that make the top three in that.
Yeah, which is fucking crazy.
Fucking nuts.
What I text you guys that Puka's on pace to have 1,000 yards by week 9 right now.
Yeah.
That's like my dynasty type shit.
Yeah,
that's my franchise mode. Yeah, like those stats are crazy, man. And like, and that's what that game scared me, and that's why it was even more exciting because the Rams they're terrifying. But like, what a weird team though. I know we're talking about the Niners in a way, but like to switch to the Rams, like I always think teams that are so good to win every single game, but they just lose more than they should. It just shows you how ruthless the NFL is. Like you can have a good team, a good situation, and I know they're saying a bad call, but I'm starting to not like Kyron Williams anymore. Clark, I know we loved him coming out of Notre Dame, but that motherfucker hates the Niners. Always dancing on us, always doing backflips and shit into the end zone. And then we started dancing on that first tutty. Dude, I was like, you know what? I hate you now. I loved you forever. I hate you now. And then when he got stuffed on that fourth down, dude, and I love that we called out. You see, I kept fucking saying his name wrong, so I was just learning it. Because we have backups coming, Lenore and all them. It wasn't him. It was 3-6. Fuck. Anyways, so I was going to shout him out. But anyways,
Siegel.
Yeah, Siegel. Yeah, fucking
Siegel.
And that just shows you too of like the turnover of like the difference of having guys. Last year we struggled not having someone like Salah because Salah's so good at his eyes. Like our backups when we have Salah look like fucking starters for no reason. You have to catch up on everybody because he just has that eye of guys that are just dogs. And I love when you saw that play, it's like, oh, it's coming again. Here's the duo. Here's the duo. Here's the duo. Here's the duo. And they fucking ran it. We stuffed it, dude. Electric, fucking electric. At a show during the first half, and like I told you boys, I was scared to turn it on, but it fucking paid off. It really fucking did. I'm very fucking excited. Go Niners. We're fucking only one loss, leading the fucking NFC, leading the division. You know what? Speaking of the devil right here, hey Keegan, we're leading the division, or not division, we're leading the conference now. Lions and Niners, baby.
Hey, back the way it should have been, dude. That's how we started this pod, and that's the way it needs to freaking go back. All right.
Exactly, dude. When we fucking started this whole thing, we were at the top. We still at the top years from now. And these boys are talking about Dylan Gabriel. How are we feeling, Coach Lowe?
Feeling great, boys. Was running a little bit late because, as I told you guys in the group chat, we got to stop Edison in that triple motherfucking option this week. So a little bit of time and discipline and game planning. So we took a little bit of time. We also had some technical difficulty today at practice. The projector boys, Eric and Jack will appreciate this. The ball finally burned out for like 20 years of probably that projector being there, finally burned out. So we couldn't watch film at the locker room. So we had to go over to the high school and everything, watch film there. But
Keegan, give us a rundown of your Friday night game.
Yes.
You got to explain that to people, dog. You got to explain that to people. Yeah.
Well, first of all, a little stat for you people. That is, I think, the third time in Ohio high school football that there has been a fifth overtime. So we tied with that. So that was a cool thing to find out. But what happened was defense played a hell of a fucking game. And the offense, they were moving the ball here and there, but like we would just either get fast scores or fast 3-and-outs. And that's just kind of how our offense is. We're very fast tempo. Trying to catch people off guard. But dude, shout out to my middle linebacker, Gavin Cornell. The kid is a hell of a football player, and he is the reason why our team is the way we are and how we're good, because he's a stud, man. He could, like, there's few kids like that are just football players. He's like Boobie Miles, man. He can pass, he can run, he can juke you out your shoes, he can hit you hard right in your freaking mouth. The kid can literally do it all. Like, he's just a football kid that can play any freaking position. And he was the main story of that night. So fourth quarter, we're getting so at the going into the end of the fourth quarter, they take a long drive on us and they finally go and get a touchdown. We have, let's say there's a minute 30 left, maybe a little bit, minute 40. But anyways, we have to go drive down the field. We get all the way down to like 15-10 area. We get down there and it's literally seconds left. We go all the way to fourth down. So we had a couple bad play calls right there on the fourth down play. Some bullshit drawn up freaking play that was just a crazy play. So like we motioned all these people out, going to like quads, and then Gavin motioned in that quarterback. And so as soon as he hikes it, he starts reversing to the field to the right. Everyone's like coning to the right there. And then he like stops in his track, spins, jukes out some people back there, turns, goes the opposite direction, starts rolling out left. As he's rolling out left, our wide receiver, who had a touchdown earlier in that game, breaks out, goes get a touchdown, like toe tapper right in the back. Gavin saw him, got it. So then we get that touchdown. They get the ball. They decide to knee. They're like, all right, we're going to take this thing into overtime. But before that, too, on that last previous drive by Vermillion, their main running back, Coons, went down. Really good kid, number 41 for Vermillion. I hope he gets better, man. He's really hell of a running back. But you kind of saw their momentum die a little bit, and they knew a big piece of their offense went down. So we start going into overtime. Oh, God, boys. I'm sorry. This is a long story, but it is juicy and good. Oh, so many feelings.
No, you're good. You're good.
So the first overtime, Vermillion gets the ball at 25-yard line. Keep in mind, they have a really fucking good kicker. All right? They more likely can end this game more than we could just by kicking. So They go all the way to fourth down. They go for it the first time, so they're going for it. We tackle the QB. He throws it out of bounds. As we hit the QB, which I did not think this was it, they call roughing the passer, a bullshit roughing the passer call. All right. So then after that happens,
He was livid.
Dude, livid. So should have been down on fourth down. So they scoot up. They were at like 25. Now they're like up to like 15-ish yards or whatever. They're in that range, 10, 15. So they're there. We get another all the way to fourth down stop. They go to kick it. We freaking rushed them. The holder bobbled it. He goes to try to sneak out and pass it. Keep in mind, like we had guys grabbing the holder as he's running up and getting ready. Throws it. They claim another roughing the fucking passer on the holder for the fake. So they scoot that bitch up all the way to the 1. All right. They scoot all the way to 1. 4 downs, dude. 4 freaking times. We stopped those motherfuckers right on the goal line. They didn't even kick it that time. They tried going for the touchdown. We stopped them all 4 freaking times. I was running out on the field, and I said, 3 motherfucking times. 3 motherfucking times. You can't freaking stop us. I was getting so excited. I was so pumped. Defense came in clutch right there. But God, I'll say this though. That first thing, they should have had us on the third down. They hit us with the same play they got me with last year when I was D coordinator, which thank God the kid tripped. The freaking QB, it's a freaking fake handoff. QB boots it and then just walks into the end zone. And our overhang was sucked in. He was on the run. He was not paying attention to QB. Luckily, that QB was not that QB from last year because that kid slipped and brought us freaking another round. And yeah. And then from that point, offense was struggling a little bit. And overtime, they did not get the ball in, but they got the ball in right at the end when it counts. So let's skip all the way to the 5th overtime. So then basically it just goes like our defense keeps doing that. We keep getting 4 and outs. We keep stopping the field goals, like all that the whole time. Our offense can't get it done. And then finally what happens is on the last 5th overtime, our defense gives up a touchdown. They go up 28 on us to 21. Then all the pressure's on our offense, all right? So we go down, offense, they go get the freaking touchdown. And then we look at coach, and you'll appreciate this, Jack and Eric. Hear Coach Fote on the headset said, go win this thing, baby. Go freaking get the 2. Don't play around. Go win this thing.
He wants to go home. Yeah, he wants to go home.
Yeah, exactly. He's ready to go home, baby. It was a long night, but freaking
it's awesome.
Perfect call from coming upstairs. Those guys upstairs did a great job. We tightened up our trips a little bit because we have normally wide splits in our type of offense. We have like Tennessee type offense, but we tightened down our trips a bit. We had Gavin go do like a motion thing where he comes kind of in, but then he comes back out, give him a little pass right out there. And then we got that corner to suck in. So then he just went right outside, got in for the touchdown. You give it to your best guy and he got it done. And God, that was a hell of a game.
Yeah, that play's probably electric. It was probably electric there.
So electric.
Oh, dude, let's fucking go. Go Skins. That's a fucking win for the books right there, baby. And you know what? You know who's all over the history books? Coach Keegan Lowe, as a player and a coach. He's fucking all over it. Fucking, dude, that's beautiful, dude. Let's go, dude. You know what? I'll ride your wave, Keegan. I will. So keep chatting. Maybe you get some water in you, bro, because you're going to have to go again. Dude, Lions took over the Bengals stadium, dude.
Yeah.
It literally looked like I had to look because I said it earlier in the pod, I can't see the colors all that crazy. And I'm like, it looks like there's a bunch of Lions fans there. And Dawn's like, yep. I was like, that's crazy, dude. Let's fucking, dude, shout out Lions. Fucking Bengals are ass. God.
Oh, Bengals are bad, man. Freaking, I feel bad. Freaking, what's the backup's name?
Browning.
Yeah, dude, that first half, I mean, he kind of came back the second half and balled out a little bit, but God, that first half, man, was fucking rough for him. Our defense was fucking him up, dude. I don't know what he was seeing out there on some of those, especially like the interception from Anzalone. I'm like, what was he looking at, dude?
So what do you guys think going off that game? So, of course, Lions go crazy. Montgomery does his shit in front of his sister. Badass. him and Gibbs have the most touchdowns as a duo in NFL history, still carrying streaks, dude. But I was thinking while I was watching that, I was like, was Joe Burrow this good to always hide all their problems?
Well,
Because
and that's
if you're that bad with that type of wide receiver core, bro, as a quarterback, I don't care what kind of quarterback you are, you're in the NFL with that wide receiver core.
Yeah.
Keegan, I'm actually watching. They got your game uploaded on YouTube, so I'm actually watching the end of it right now. That's why I've been clocked in over here while you were talking.
He's watching the game.
I just saw the goal line stop, dude. That was fire. With the Bengals, I'm just surprised that there's not more talk about them trading for any kind of quarterback, because I don't think the Bengals are Zach Taylor's in a scenario where they can win 4 games. You know what I mean? Like, I understand Burrow went down. And you're not going to find that. I know that. I'm not saying that. But you're telling me you couldn't put fucking Kirk Cousins out there? Like, trade for him, give Falcons some probably 4th-round pick, I guess, split the fucking cap. Now you guys have a serviceable quarterback for the rest of the season that you can just count on not to throw games away, because that's what Browning did. He's throwing the games away. Like, yeah, like Keegan said, he came back in the second half, but that was after you gave him 2 picks in the first half. Like, you can't recover from that. Like, they're just back-breaking turnovers. I'm just surprised there's not more talk about them making a move for some kind of quarterback. And, like, Kirk Cousins is just the only one that comes to mind for me. Like, I don't think if you want after Winston, you might as well let Browning do it, because Browning's younger and looks like they play the damn same anyway. So I'd just be surprised if it's not happening.
Like, it just shows you how shitty the talent is across the NFL too, though. People don't want to let go of their backups because, like, injuries are happening. Look where the Browns are at. They had the most quarterbacks going into the season, and they might have to use all of them by the end of the year. Like, and it's like, you know, same with the Giants. Like, Dart looked like a world beater, but he got his ass whipped last week. So, like, what happens there? Are you going to restart Russ after you hurt his trust? I think Russ is a good one that definitely is kind of, you could tell, could sever his relationship with his current team and go somewhere. It'd be kind of Russ in that uniform would be kind of cool looking, to be honest with you. Corny Russ with Joe Burrow. God damn, dude, I don't know if I can handle all that in one interview. I don't think I could. I really don't. But I can handle Jameis Winston and Dart on some interviews. I'll fucking watch that shit. But it really just goes to show you. And, like, thank God Mac Jones just loves the Niners. We love him, and thank God he's kind of low key hurt sometimes, because, like, I thought about that when he's balling out at first. I'm like, Joe Burrow's down, Mac is going crazy. Our wide receiver core is gone. Give us, we'll eat Higgins' contract. Come on, we'll join us. You know what I mean? We need somebody out here. Man, fucking Bengals. I don't know. I just thought that was so interesting. I was like, was Joe Burrow this good? Joe Burrow's that good, ain't he? He's like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he just makes them look like fucking gods, because people thought the Bengals were going to re-up and come after it again this year. But speaking of teams looking like that, we'll just kind of run across the board real quick. I don't have everything written down, but things that come to mind. Kind of crazy to see the Bills lose the way they did, I thought. That was my biggest, like, wow. Like, yes, the Eagles losing too was also another, like, that huge losses. But it's the NFL, so I don't look too much into it. But I just thought that was kind of crazy, especially like we talk about like away games like that, like home games for them, I should say.
Yeah, May looks like he's putting it together too, man. He's playing some really good ball right now. Drake May is Vrabel's probably sitting there just like, oh, this is a fun guy to have. I didn't have this at the Titans, you know. Like, I had some freaks, but I didn't have a quarterback like this, especially a young guy that moves and he's got the big arm. Like, he's really getting on me. Like that ball he had, was it to Diggs that he made on the run?
Yep.
Dude, that was such a beautiful ball.
Beautiful.
And he did it like on his back, off of his back foot, like almost jumping when he did it. I was just like, yeah, it looks like dude.
I know it doesn't matter to the real OGs out there that are so tough. But Drake May, hit me up, big dog. We got help with the swagger look, dude. I don't know. You look worse than Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers look more swaggy than you right now, buddy. I don't mind the face mask, simple helmet, but the no sleeves with nothing. Like, let's put a Kobe Bryant wristband or something. You know what I'm saying?
Get him the J.R. Smith shooting sleeve, man.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
Get Drake May out there, man.
Yeah, like, just because when he running around out there, he looked like just a really good, overqualified JV quarterback. Like, not like the way he plays, but like his style. I'm like, God, this dude looks like he just came off the soccer team and thought he wanted to do something different this fall. Like, it just looks so disturbing. I don't know what the fuck it is.
Real quick on the Pats, like, I love what Diggs is for Drake May, because, like, to have Diggs, who by all accounts is like an eccentric, like, strange dude in the locker room. For him to just be cool and be like, young cat, like, you got this, man. Like, stay tapped in. You know, like, to have that veteran voice for Drake May, who can also play and like contribute, because like a lot of the time that veteran voice is fucking on the bench, you know, or he's the fifth guy on the depth chart. Diggs is his number one guy. So to be able to be tight with him, a dude that has seen it in Minnesota, has seen it in Buffalo, you know, and done it at a high level, like I think he's a huge piece to Drake May kind of coming alive.
Oh, bro, in like the revenge game, I love it. I love the drama. Like he can't stand. He's always personal, which I thought was kind of funny because it's like, haven't you played them before? But okay, like the whatever game you decide to pop off is the personal one. That's cool. But like it's just I don't know. I love the Ever Given Sunday shit, and I love that the Bills finally have someone in that division, and it should be the Patriots that compete with them. Like that, the world spins the way it's supposed to, the axis it's supposed to, when like that shit's going on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that division's so ass too. What were some big ones that went down? We had I mean Broncos beating Eagles, that looked wild. But does this go to show that the Eagles' way of winning will win them most games? It just won't win them every game. I feel like that was already written on the wall with some of the wins they pulled out. You know, like they struggled against the Rams. They had a tough one against the Bucks. Every win's a good win, but like I'm expecting it with the Niners this week going against the Bucks. Like, sure, we're winning games, but the style that we're winning is just not sustainable every single week. All it takes is a couple stops with them scoring a few times at untimely moments. And that's kind of what the Broncos did to just hold on to that. And I'm good to see Bo Nix finally get up there because, man, his stats, everyone keeps talking about them. They're some of the worst stats. But I just think they're kind of blown up because when you're playing with Sean Payton, you live by the sword, you die by the sword. You know what I mean? You're either gonna have Drew Brees numbers, or Brett Favre. You know what I mean? Like that's what we're. Either way, we're gonna roll with it. We're gonna get crazy with it a little bit. And for the young cat, what better way to fucking learn? You know. I don't know. I thought that was really cool. Cool win. And man, the Colts. I know this wasn't something we were just gonna talk about, but to win a game like it's another college game, that's what blows my mind. Like you're winning NFL games with college scores now.
Yeah.
Like that. I don't care if you win the playoffs at all. I don't care how bad your division is at all. It's amazing. We always shout out the Lions when they do it. I'll shout out the fucking Colts when they fucking just did it too. Raiders suck. Suck, dude.
That Geno thing. Oof.
Yeah, dude.
Because I think everyone on this pod saw that trade and saw that deal and just like TJ, speaking from a Browns perspective, these guys have quarterbacks. The day that trade went down, I looked at the Browns like, well, shit, I would have done that for 3 years, dog. I would have taken that fucking contract and traded like a third-round pick they traded for him. Like, I would have done that, but it is not panning out right now. He's looking bad, and he's got – how much he's got – I'm looking at how much he's got guaranteed. He's got 66 guaranteed over the next 2 years. It's only a 2-year deal, but the way it's looking, the contract's probably going to – he's starting next year too. But it's bad enough to where like they could try to cut him like this also. If it doesn't get any better, it does look like it's going to.
Hey, you know what, Geno? Get that bag, baby. This pod's always been a big fan of Geno Smith the last couple of years, especially with Seattle and stuff. Like we loved it. We loved him in West Virginia. And get that bag and retire, dog. I don't need you to do anything else. You showed the people, the guys that stood up for you when you were with the Jets. You showed us that we weren't that wrong, and you balled out for a little while. I don't need nothing else. It does look really bad, though, when Sam Darnold, the guys like that, and Mac Jones are looking like fucking gods right now while you're struggling. And that Jameis Winston would make any franchise look better than what they are. Hey, fuck it. Let me see Jameis in a Raiders uni. That'd be fucking hard. Dude, Dolphins suck. I saw that. Panthers. I love that the Panthers are eating these shit teams alive. Like, I don't know why. I'm a big fan of good shit teams. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love the Panthers are like, we'll lose every game, but if you suck, you don't suck as bad as us, dude. Like, I love that mentality. It's very old school Detroit Lions-esque when they had Matt Stafford, dude. Like, you know what? You're not as bad as us. Get out of here. We're going to fucking win. I love that shit. Texans look like gods against the Ravens, boys. Your division's wide open. It really is, because Steelers are going to implode sooner or later. We just got done talking about the Bengals are literally Swiss cheese. And for some reason, the Browns look like they have fight in every single game, regardless of the outside noise. Hold on to it, boys. You guys got a run coming. And you know what? It's going to rhyme with Shedeur Sanders, baby. I hope that. I hope Shedeur Sanders comes in, gets into the goddamn playoffs off some crazy Joe Flacco type shit a couple years ago. Shadur goes, he's a cover of Madden. You know what I'm saying? Like, like I want the whole thing. And then he gets the classic Madden curse. The universe will even itself out at that point. It'll be awesome. It'll be so fucking awesome. Let's go. And you guys sign him to a big contract. Let's go. Anybody else? Chargers suck now, apparently. Harbaugh's already on a warm seat, they're saying. That's wild.
Hampton's out for at least a month, too. He got put on the IR today.
They're all hurt, man. He's going to buy himself. That team is sad because put together pretty well. We all were pretty Chargers heavy for a second. I thought they were going to be kind of electric. I love Herbert.
And you lose both young tackles that early, too.
Yeah, dude. Commanders, they're not a bad team though. But that's what I have on some of that. I wanted to ask you guys, just because we're at that certain point of the year, is there anybody coming to mind so far that's starting to break out as an MVP season? I'll say one name that's starting to come to mind, which I don't think it will hold, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but I love that Baker's starting to get mumbled about a little bit. He's having that crazy electric year. He's winning games last second. You could tell that if they did not have them, I love that type of MVP. If they didn't have them, the Bucks would be they wouldn't be as good. You need that slanging guy. But do you guys have anybody that's coming to mind as we get weeks and weeks into the season? Who's creeping out as an MVP for you guys?
I would have said Baker too at this point, just because they're rolling. They're winning these games without Evans, and he's still playing well. So when Evans comes back, it's going to be Goodwin still finding his footing. Emeka's, of course, on a fucking tear, a tear. But yeah, I'd probably say Baker. I wonder what the odds are. I'll one of you guys go next. I'm gonna look up the odds and I'll update you guys after you guys talk a little bit about it.
I'll go real quick. So I'm gonna throw this one out there because I haven't heard his name as much, only maybe here and there. But God, I think Jared Goff has a fucking real shot this year at getting MVP. I really do. He's freaking killing it this year, man. He's just so smart with the football this year. It's freaking amazing. But I like Jared Goff, of course, being biased with that as my number one. But I do like you just said his name, Jack. Freaking
Baker.
Baker. I love Baker. I think he's another great one for that MVP. So those are my top two. But here's my sleeper real quick, just because I've been hearing about it. Dak Prescott, man. Don't sleep on him, man. He's freaking still doing this without his main wide receiver core, and freaking Dallas is basically everybody's just counting them out and everything. Man, he's fucking fighting hard, man. I give a lot of respect to Dak right now, for real.
I feel bad for Dak often. Yeah. I don't feel bad for a lot of Cowboys people. I'm not a Cowboys guy. I'm not. But numbers don't lie, and that cat shows that he tries his best. He's in a very inconsistent universe, and he's trying his best to be consistent in that inconsistent universe at all fucking times. And also, if you know his backstory, his family and stuff, you really start to gain a lot more respect for him and see just how he moves in his life as a grown-ass man. Dak is a grown-ass fucking man. And it shows. And I think that's where Baker's at, and Jared Goff. Jared Goff, if he can hold on to that. Jared Goff's very Myles Garrett-y. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He has these nice moments, but don't disappear. Yeah. He'll disappear a couple games, and everyone fucking throws it out the window. Plus, you know how it goes as a Niners guy. Everyone goes, well, in that offense, everyone can win. Sometimes you're not wrong. And it's not that big of a disrespect to Jared Goff or Purdy or to Jones. Sometimes you just got a guy who can sling it. The offense works itself out. And, hey, if that's something people want to point in my face sometimes, Mac Jones, it's the Niners offense. Cool, bro. I've had worse problems. You know what I mean? I really have. TJ, you got any guys that you're eyeing out that, or even defense player of the years? I'm really hoping Fred Warner can keep this streak going because I think he has a defensive player of the year coming his way this year with how he's running the Niners defense.
So I love the Baker shout. That's kind of what I was thinking with it. Not even just based completely on play, but the story too. That is such a sellable, rags to riches type story with him. I love the Dak shout. He's been playing fantastic. The Cowboys offense is rolling, man. And Javonte Williams made a huge impact on the way that they're able to play. I can't watch Dak though, because of the snap count. Here we go. I can't fucking do it. It's every single play. I get it. I hear you. What happened to Red 8? go. You know, I'm like, hey, here we go. I'm like, please, Dak, just cut that shit out, man. I would cheer for you so hard. I just can't fuck with the snap count. And like, I think the MVP race is a lot of fun this year because, like, you know, Lamar's, I would say, is pretty much out of the running, you know, like with the injury and stuff. So like the battle between like Mahomes, Lamar, and Josh Allen, you know, the only one that I would even consider up to this point is Josh Allen.
Oh, Josh Allen
And
has a big chance.
yeah. So, but like Pat's really not playing MVP level football right now, and Lamar's on the bench, you know, with an injury. So I'm really interested to see kind of how it shakes up towards the end of the year. The underdog story of Baker Mayfield kind of, you know, flaming out and rising to glory versus like the perennial fucking guy in Josh Allen.
Yeah. I'll say one non-QB guy, just because, you know, Keegan gave his guy with Goff, which I don't disagree with. I really do believe this one. I think if CMC keeps these numbers up and he doesn't get hurt with the receiving and running game, his numbers are going to look. He's going to be a 1,000-yard receiving guy and a 1,000-yard rushing guy. If there's any chance for a running back to get it in 2025, 2026, you got to do something like that. It's no longer, obviously they showed with Saquon, breaking the record don't matter, but also, like you said, it's a narrative. I think Saquon didn't get it because his team was really healthy, which just really sucks. I really thought, like, if there's any time to give to a running back, I really wanted to see that. Like, you're just not going to see that.
Mm-hmm.
But with Chris McCaffrey, if the team's going to be banged up the rest of the year now. It's not like it's going to magically go away one day. Everyone's healthy. They took their medicine. You know what I'm saying? Everyone's getting that. No. If they keep that up, bro, we would not be anywhere without that man. That man is every single thing to the team. It'd be cool to see. Even like an offensive player of the year, I'd like to see him rack up something like that.
Yeah.
You know, just because. And him and Fred double it up. That'd be a cool ass picture too. You know what I'm saying? Like shout out to my boys, man. Really.
And I'm on DraftKings right now just to like bring up the live odds. And then I'm just gonna name a couple off. Like this is in order. Allen's the favorite. Mahomes is second. Herbert's third. Baker's fourth. Stafford fifth. Jordan Love, and then Goff is seventh on this list. Keegan, and the highest non-quarterback is Jahmyr Gibbs.
Ooh, I like that.
Him and Puka are actually tied in their odds.
Puka, yeah. Oh, but hell yeah.
Those are the highest two.
He's obviously not going to win it, but like Jonathan Taylor deserves some kind of a shout for what he's doing so far. Like this cat, if the Colts keep rolling and he keeps churning out 3 touchdown 100-yard games, like how are you going to argue with it? You know, like he deserves a make up a fucking award to give to that guy. You know, like I don't know. It is what it is.
I love that take.
That's exactly, and I love that too, because that's where I'm coming from. The CMC thing, where like if you take that guy away, what happens to the team? You take away Taylor, that team ain't winning like that, bro. He is that fucking team, and he was that team before when they were good. It shows you he really wasn't healthy. It is interesting how that plays out because you never know. Because they say, "Oh, he wasn't healthy." You're like, "Well, was he? Was he not?" No, he wasn't. If he wasn't doing this shit, because obviously he's healthy right now, and motherfucker's showing us he's fucking healthy right now. I love that, dude. But Pat Mahomes, I know we give him shit, but the last couple weeks he has turned out. So like, if he just keeps going the way he is, like, but also I think he's gonna get a lot of love because the lack of notable weapons. You know, like without him, Chiefs ain't chiefing nothing, really. It is funny how it all plays out. You're naming all these guys, all these things. They need certain things to happen. Before the season started, if you told me, I thought Lamar was always going to run it. If Lamar's healthy and their team's playing well, Lamar's always going to be the favorite to win it, bro. Like that dual shit. It's just the way it fucking works. Before we get off here in a little bit, loop back just 1 second to college, just because I didn't ask this. Do we have at this point some Heisman guys that you really believe in now? We're at that near the halfway point. Is there anybody legitimately now where you're like, of course, they got some games. I think, of course, Oregon's quarterback, he wins out some of these big games still. But I don't like Heisman guys just because you're the best quarterback on the best team type thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Those type of Heismans are deservable in certain seasons, but I don't like them. You know, I don't like them. They don't tickle my belly. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make me excited.
I just don't know if there's any position player that's doing it right now. Like, of course, I want Jeremiah to get one at Ohio State because I do think he's that good. But the stats the first half of the season just haven't been there. Maybe if he was the guy who got 200 yards and 3 touchdowns the other night, maybe he'd be like second right now. I'd imagine he's probably like 5th or 6th. I think Keegan's boy is the favorite still. Dante Moore, I think he's the favorite right now. And I think Beck's probably up there. But I don't know if this is your position player can do it because I don't think the guys that are balling aren't any on the great teams. And I feel like they don't give that Heisman away besides Hunter, but Hunter did something that really haven't seen for a long time in college football. And it took that. Like they didn't get to Genty as the running back almost breaking every record there was. You know what I mean? Like, So I do think it's going to be a quarterback. And I'm not going to say it's undeserved yet because like they're going to, like you said, Jack, they're going to have their moments. If Dante Moore goes on to win it, say he like beats Indiana this week, which by the way, Keegan, I do want to hear you talk about that game coming up because I'm interested in that game this week. And then say Dante Moore beats Ohio State, you know, in the Big Ten championship. That's probably going to be the best Heisman resume. Carson Beck, I don't know who they'll play in the ACC because I feel like they already ran through the good teams in the ACC, but we'll see. So
Well, I saw the odds the other day. Beck's like at 3 or 4 because his numbers are just not numbering like some of the other guys. Like I don't think he's broke 1,000 yards yet. Some of these guys are already sitting at 1,200.
Yeah, here it is. Top 5 in this order. Dante Moore, Carson Beck. Ty Simpson is 3rd. Jeremiah 4th. Sayans 5th. And then Mendoza is tied to Jeremiah.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You know what, Irish? Fucking keep using love in weird-ass fucking ways, dude. We got some ground to catch up on. We're seeing a huge fucking drop-off, dude. All you had to do is have a good 2 weeks.
You reminded me, Jack, real quick, when you were just you brought up love and you were talking McCaffrey. Dude, it must be so to watch football because between those two fucking guys, you have to be like a mother watching her son.
Yep.
Like Jeremiah Love will get the ball and like it's like 3rd and 3 in a 0-0 game, and he'll fucking jump over someone and slam into the middle linebacker and land on his fucking head. And like McCaffrey does the same shit where I'm like, because you say it a lot, like, hey, like take it easy with McCaffrey, take it easy with Love. And then I watch the games, I'm like, holy shit, man, like
yeah,
fucking
dude, it'll make you
go
flinch.
down, bro.
Yeah, bro. I swear to God.
We're playing Boise State, dog. We don't need 1 yard that fucking bad. Come on, man. Get out.
I know what play you're talking about where like he did try to jump and then he couldn't get it, so he just fucking threw his forearm into the dude midair and started headbutting dudes. I'm like, really?
He got hit. Boise State's defenders gave him the 3D like the Dudley boys. They fucking they got him. They nailed him, man. It's like holy shit.
Bro, I'm glad you said that, man, because that is a very true thing I go through every goddamn weekend, you know, because when it works, it's beautiful, right? Big run plays are the most beautiful play in football. But those in-between plays, it's like, oh, that was a cool 8-yard gain, but brother, you just ran 30 yards side to side, jumped over 2 people, and you landed on your collarbone. And I'd count the seconds how long it took you to get up. That one took an extra 0.6 seconds to get up. You took a couple breaths there. Get the fuck off the field, brother. Like I'm good. You know what? We'll need you for the 4th. How about that? That's sometimes how I feel about it. I'm like, we'll take you for the 4th, especially Christian McCaffrey. He's gonna end up having like a horror story moment, dude. He's gonna be fucking looking like Tua in the air, dude. It's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad, dude. It's gonna be so sad. Keegan, though, you got Indiana coming into town. Kind of a trapper game, we were talking about earlier, just because Indiana's kind of due for their big win. They are. They've stuck around a little bit. They were in the playoff picture. You know, they got really embarrassed by Ohio State. And if people remember, that Notre Dame-Indiana score was a lot closer than it really was because, you know, Sig wanted to get fancy in the 4th quarter. And he didn't want to go for it before that. Fucking loser, dude. Go Irish. But kind of a trap game. You guys kind of went through the Penn State situation. And then Penn State kind of looks like ass now. You need another. That's the awkward part about college football. Once the guys you beat or lose to have an embarrassing loss, you got to reset the schedule again and then play someone else hard as fuck and make it mean something again. Indiana's going to be trying to do the same thing. But it's in Oregon. How do you feel a little bit about that? Man, your team's coming together too.
Yeah. So as Eric was saying that he wanted to hear my take, I had to peek at my phone and I was like, wait, is that in Oregon or is that in Indiana? And that the factor why that was playing in my head was I'm like, all right, we're just coming off a bye. Like we beat Penn State, we come off the bye. We see Penn State lose that way to UCLA. And then you're like, shit, are we that good? Is Penn State not as good and stuff? Yeah. But I'll say this. The fact that we're going to be in Oregon makes me 10 times happier and way more positive. If we had to go fucking travel all the way to Indiana after we freaking have a bye and everything, I'd feel a little lulled there and be a little scared. But I think this team's on track. we just got to keep being us. If we just keep doing what we've been doing and being the team that we've been, we'll be all right. We'll get by. It might be a close one, but we'll get by, get the win. That's all we need to do. Nothing crazy, man. And I think Dan Lanning's going to get the job done. I really feel good about this team. And it just keeps showing, which is so funny because I had no hopes going into this season after just having such a disappointing season last year. It's kind of nice, a little refreshing. Each week, they just kind of keep reassuring me. They're like, no, you put your trust back in us, Key. We're good, dude. Let's have a little fun. Remember, you like us.
Yeah, have fun. Yeah, you had a blast. I remember last year, dude, before
Too high.
because he's right before we had you boys on, right before the playoffs were starting, dude. Me and Clark, of course, are stressing. Are we going to play against Georgia or not? You know, who are we going to play against? We're better than Penn State, blah, blah, blah. And Keegan was just kind of sitting back, dude, just kind of vibing to the beat. You know, he's like, you know what? I love my boys. Let us play Ohio State first. We took care of business. Let's take care of business again. Neutral field. Wait. Rose Bowl, that's in the Pac-12 country. All that led up so beautifully. I've never seen him so. And you know what? Keegan is a Detroit Lions fan, people. That type of callousness as a fan doesn't get softened that easily. And you got real soft last year, bud, and it hurt you. I can see it on your face. It hurts your pride. It hurts your mental.
It got me because I saw it coming. Because as soon as I saw freaking Ohio State lose to Michigan, I'm just like, these motherfuckers are going to see us again and fucking wax us. I just got that fucking feel. I'm just like, they're going to be pissed off and they're going to get into the playoffs and they're going to fuck us up because of that.
And you know, I will say though, I remember how much we threw a fit. Now I'm getting my memory back of that. Like, it was not fair of you guys to have that in your playoff.
No,
it wasn't. You should have played SMU. You know, I love my Irish. You should have played us. You know, you should have played other guys. The way it worked out last year, like even Tennessee would have balled out. That's and whoever came out of that fucking first round was gonna come in fucking swinging. And I'm interested this year, guys, to see if that's the same thing. Like I think that's gonna stick. I think the guys that have to keep playing, especially if they're healthy after they win, will win a lot more than the people with the bye. I just don't think
that too.
The bye is really important with the NFL because you're dealing with professionals. I feel like that aspect is such a downgrade with college guys sometimes. Health, way different. College, they need it for that. Like, yo, we need to get our guys healthy. That's why we need the bye. But mentally, you don't want to see a fucking good SEC Big Ten team that just came off of a fucking banger and they have all their boys ready to go. You know, even Ohio State's like, yeah, we have like our left guard playing here, our backup tackle playing here, you know, and we still fucking came up there and whooped it. Yeah, shout out Dylan Gabriel again, dude. You are the talk of the fucking town, dude. You're the talk of the town. All right, as we wrap up, for those listening, before we give everyone's goodbyes, Clark took off during Keegan's story. He had to make dinner. He was talking about it earlier. And, you know, just like the thief in the night, dude. He comes in, he breaks your shit, and he leaves. You know what I'm saying? It's such a disrespectful YN he is, dude. I swear to God, he really is. He thinks he's something, dude. He got his shiesty on, making fucking burgers outside right now. Oh, shit. I will be in Maine, boys. I will be trying to do a show in Boston in a few nights. So wish me luck. See what the Boston crowd's like. Maybe they yell me off the stage. I won't do any Goodwill Hunting jokes or nothing like that, I promise. In fact, I just want to kind of give them a little dose of some Midwestern white shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got trailer parks around here, boys? Huh? We don't have lobsters, bro. You don't have crab legs. You know what I'm saying? We got chicken. You know what I'm talking about? Man, I'm excited, dude. I'm ready to get after it. But the next time we do this pod, I will be on my phone yelling at you boys and most likely intoxicated to the max. We'll talk about this week, but those listening and watching, we might have a different host next week. I might fucking hand it off to one of you boys, take control of the fucking car while I fucking sit in the back seat for once, dude. See what I got to say. You might have to mute my ass if that's the fucking case. Jesus Christ. But TJ, man, you got anything before we bounce here today?
No, man, I think that's it, man. I'm about to go in and watch the Monday night game.
Yep.
See how that shakes out. We got Kansas City, Jacksonville. So
Dude,
I'm interested. I want to see Travis Hunter play a bigger role, man. I want to see what he's working with. This will be the first game I really watch him play from start to finish. So I'm excited to see it, man. Always good conversating with the gang. And I'm excited for another great week of football.
Let's go, dude. Let's go, man. I felt like a parade right there.
Hell yeah.
Tossing out candy to the kids, bro, walking by. That one felt good. Yeah, man, that felt nice. Eric, man, how we feeling, dude?
Good, man. I'm excited for just, more football. It's just like college football last week was the best because we all talked the week before how crazy that week was going to be. And then we had those upsets last week. And it's just like, man, this is why college football sometimes just gets you. It's just like, and the NFL never bores me because I'm obsessed with it too much. Keegan, while you were talking, I did want to look up the team stats because I know they'd both be stupid. So Indiana's defense is letting them 9.6 a game. Oregon's is 12.2. And then on the offensive side, Indiana's averaging 47.8. Oregon's averaging 46.6. So this is like strength meeting strength. And I'm excited to see if Indiana's like the real deal because this could be like their marquee like game. Like could be the game that puts them on. And this also could be the game where if Oregon won by fucking 30, I don't think anyone would be that surprised, but it'd just be like, oh shit, Oregon's back, So I'm very excited for that game, especially with the two QBs, because we're in scouting mode and TJ knows that too. So
yeah, we got some draft picks being picked out this weekend. Then shout out. Hey, whatever team wins separates himself to get in that Ohio State conversation. Everyone knows Ohio State's king right now, not even just because they won last year. They just show it every damn week that no one can touch them. And Oregon that was them last year. They're defending Big Ten champs. You know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited. I selfishly just want to see Oregon run it because I want to see. Was it Oregon Ohio State play? They play this year?
No, the Baylor teams are the Big
they
Ten
don't. Oh, yeah, they don't. Oh, good then. Let's keep it fucking trucking, dude. I want to see. I want to see a clear path for some of these teams that really don't affect my Irish all that much. Because everyone else keeps fucking losing, and let us just keep fucking winning. You know what I'm saying? Keegan, who do you got this week for the PC?
Edison.
Oh yeah, Edison. That's what he said. Triple option, baby, with a little bit of spice. They do that spice now too.
Well, now they do it from freaking shotgun and everything like that. So now they can spread you out and do their option stuff, or they can get back under center and do the good old wing tee.
Hey, you got to do what you did, man. Fucking start writing down the fullbacks' numbers on your fucking arms, dude.
It's so funny. I actually was going to do that to my LBs this week since we got fullback on dive every time. So I'm going to write down 40 on each of their wrists.
Look for them.
Which is ironic because Coach Boat wrote 40 down on my freaking wrist. So at least Edison likes to be consistent with the fullback being number 40.
Oh, that's a nice fullback number too. Nice and complete. Yeah. Oh, I want to ask this, Keegan. We asked the boys, what is your favorite helmet, dude? What's some of your favorite helmets that you can remember?
You know what, boys? Just get cheesy. You're going to love this answer. I like the Port Clinton Redskin 2015 helmet, 2014 helmets, dude, with the Redskin logo, white helmet, red face mask. Nobody knows what the fuck I'm talking about besides you two. That's what I like. I like that. I like a fucking Detroit Lions freaking gray helmet with a freaking blue face mask and a fucking Lions logo on each side. That's what I fucking like, ladies and gentlemen.
Hell yeah. The worst helmet? The PC helmet before that helmet, man, with the tiny ass letters on it. Oh, that was disgusting. Best move we ever fucking made was getting off them bitches, bro. Man, we deserved every fucking loss. All right, man. I hear the fucking whalers coming after us right now, boys. We've been in the water too long, dude. Everyone watch out, dude. I got some fucking killer whales that'll get me out of this one. From the deep.